CQ at yes. Yes. So this is an LSMW for transaction MB1A, and I'm sending the screenshot what needs to be populated here. So this is this first screen, and I'm going to give you an example as well. So this is the second screen. Maybe. Movement type 201. Yeah, if you create and you can essentially create one LSMW because the transaction is one, which is MB1A, and we can put movement types 101 and 2. But let's do this. Maybe we just test it out and then. Okay, hang on. MB1A and for movement type 201 and 202. Okay, so exam is CP 500-PS. CP 500-PS. Sarakandela. Has the that. So, all right. So the task is to develop an LSMW for MB1A transaction, and you have to test with both the movement types, which is 201 and 202. I have put all the screenshot how you have to enter the data with date, plant, and storage location. All right. Build it in ECQ instead of ECD because in ECD you might not have material with serial numbers. Only ECQ has such materials because we did the whole inventory upload into ECQ when we went live with Dorami. So ECD might not have. And LSMW doesn't matter, right? LSMW is LSMW. It's client independent anyway. Makes sense? All right. So develop this and then maybe let me show you. Create an X. Okay. Maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, whatever the number of materials there. Materials there. Document header tags. Individual. All right. Yeah. So all the fields which I have populated, they are mandatory fields. Just when you record the LSMW, make sure you record all these fields. All right. And so, but you have to test this LSMW using two movement types. One is 201, another is 202. 201 is to take out the inventory from the stock, and 202 is to put the inventory back to the stock. Okay. Exactly, in the same screen. So the goal here is we are going to maybe take out the inventory for about 5,000 materials, uh, book it to a GL as a staging place, and then once that is done, we are going to move the configuration where we are going to map valuation class 7900, which is for semi-finished good to a different GL. And once we have mapped this GL, then we have to put the inventory back to those materials. So 202 is to put that material or to bring that inventory back. All right? No, no, different recording. You can. Let's do this to make it more simple. Create two LSMWs, one with movement 201, another with 202. How about that? Uh, mhm. Yeah. That's fine. That's fine. I'm no, I'm just saying if you think this will be simpler for you with 202 a separate one, uh, create one because in Excel sheet we are going to populate the different movement types. When we take out the inventory, we are going to populate 201. When we bring back the inventory, we are going to put 202. So one LSMW is fine, right? Yeah. But test with 202 so that make sure that you have with 201, you took out the inventory, and then you run the same transaction using LSMW for 202 as well, and see whether you have put back the inventory or not. Okay. And I want to show you. So this is one test we did with MB1, right? With movement type 201, and this was done in ECQ. So I want to send you that document as well and how the journal ledger postings look like. As you can see, it is crediting the inventory and debiting the uh, 6,000 weight. So we are going to decide this GL, but for now, this 600,000 is fine. I mean, pick any GL, any expense GL. All right. And then let me show you. And this one is of course 2 cost Cost center, cost center, right? Any questions, Saurabh?
Rakesh, this about this. I'm not asking about this LSMW because I
Mm-hmm.
have a question. Are we
Mm-hmm.
done with this LSMW?
I'm sorry, are we what?
Like, are we done with this? Are we done discussing this LSMW?
Yes, we are done. We are done. We are done.
So this PRAA, PR double A. So HR team takes care of this or the FTM team?
So, PRAA is primarily an HR transaction, but when it comes to creating vendors, so from just to give you a little more background and more context to it. So this PRA transaction is used for creating vendors in accounts payable module from employee records from HR.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So, and when it comes to setting the variants and all that, is done by HR team. But when it comes to uh, maintaining the job, changing the scheduling of the job, or make sure whether the job is running properly so that all the employees are created as vendors in accounts payable. That is done by FTM team. That is done by FTM. So in a scenario where let's say a job fails or a vendor is not created from an employee record, it is our responsibility to look into it.
So
Okay,
there is
so
one
you
case
might.
when the vendor record was created, but the bank data was not updated in the vendor master, employee vendor master. So I was asking.
Which employee and company code?